everyone, I'm Andrew Can, joined with
Nimmin.
and
This is how it is. They're waiting on me.
we're at VidCon. All right, everyone, you know Nimmin. I've worked with him before on his channel. He's worked with us on TubeBuddy live streams. We've tried to get something on the TubeBuddy channel, but unfortunately, didn't work out. So Nick, now that you're finally here on the channel, I have to know, what are your thoughts on your first VidCon?
I think it's fantastic. Just being around all these creators and around, it's just that whole creative vibe, right? Because in my opinion, creative people think differently than than everybody else. So, just being around all of these people that think in my opinion, more expanded way than everybody else is just fantastic. I love being around creative people.
Couldn't agree more. So my main thing I want to know, every creator has a different experience. Was there anyone you met that made you realize that what you're doing is really powerful, more than you already knew?
Yes, and basically, like, because of the type of content that I make, you'll have people come up and they'll say that, oh, I watched this video and it helped me do X, Y, Z, or, hey, I've taken your tips and it's helped me grow my channel and I've gotten results or success from that. And like that kind of feedback, seeing the person, that human element behind it instead of it just being a comment is a really powerful thing for me.
Now, here's one thing I want to know. What are some takeaways that you have here from VidCon that you can apply to your channel or that you're going to bring to your channel?
For me personally?
Yes.
One thing is I actually did an interview with Tim Schmoyer, and we were talking about pivoting and transitional stuff in your content. One of the things that I mentioned there is I'm currently, I don't know for sure if I'm gonna start making this type of content yet, but I'm in the process right now of actually testing mixing YouTube tips with vlog style content as well, just to kind of shake things up a little bit, make things a little bit different in addition to the content that I'm already doing. So for me, the conversation that I had with him was really cool in that regard about just about pivoting and the doubts you may have before the pivots and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it comes down to with no risk, there's no reward, right? So
the most dangerous game to play is safe.
Yeah, absolutely. And because of that, it just kind of helped encourage me to to keep on pushing forward with that idea. Also, I've done collaborations with other people in the space here. Daryl Leeds, of course, Sean Cannell, Benji Travis. I haven't gotten Roberto yet, but hopefully I can catch him before he leaves. Same with Jeremy. So like just being here and just being around other creators and just kind of sharing information about things that happen, because YouTube changes so fast, the internet changes so fast, social media changes so fast. So just talking with other people in the space about things that are working for them, things that aren't working for them, things that used to work but are no longer working, and things like that is it's an awesome thing.
And again, you said a lot of great things. I mean, the space always pivots, so you have to be pivoting too. So a lot of people want to know, how do big creators go about getting collabs? Do you go in with the intention of being a collab, or do you just try to meet them? What is your strategy?
Yeah, my strategy is basically think of them as people first, right? Because we're all content creators, we're all doing the same thing. So when I'm trying to, or when I'm meeting people, I don't really have collabs in mind. Like, I like to build a relationship first, with creators of any size, and build that relationship first before I even start considering trying to ask for a collab. Because how it is, like people wanting to collab with you on your channel, the TubeBuddy channel, and people reach out and they have that, hey, let's collab. Then it's kind of like, okay, well, you've started the relationship in a weird kind of way. But if they reach out and they're like, hey, I like what you're doing, I like your stuff, hey, we should talk, we should go grab a coffee, we should do this, that, or the other thing, then it's a whole different experience, because they're coming at you as a normal person, not actually trying to get something. So my strategy with that is, just make friends, because if you make friends in whatever niche that you're in, even in life, if you make friends first, then you focus on that, then in the situation that you do want to collab in the future, you do want to do something else, then those friends are going to be the people that are going to be the most likely to do it, right?
Absolutely, and I think that's powerful, because when you're friends first, then you can have conversations, you can joke, and it's more organic.
Yeah.
When the first interaction you're having is a collaboration, it can sometimes be stilted or awkward. Now, obviously, if you've known them online, that's a little different, but you should always go in with offering equal value, whether it's even just friendship. You don't need a collaboration on video to have a collaboration elsewhere.
Yeah, one other thing too is, and I want to make sure that I say this, that like when you are working with other creators that are doing stuff at a high level, it's kind of intimidating, because you're like, okay, I know my stuff, I know they know their stuff, but like while you're talking to them, you're like, because you know the craft, right? So like while you're talking to them, you're sitting there and you're thinking to yourself, like, oh wow, they're like really killing it. I hope that like I'm bringing my delivery even, you know, at least a little bit close because they're totally killing it right now. You know what I mean? So that part of it is intimidating.
Well, I mean, a lot of people see me with all of these large creators and like, Andrew, do you ever get nervous? And honestly, the best course of action is to just remember the humanity behind the person.
Yeah.
The person behind the you and YouTube. So, speaking of you and YouTube, a lot of people feel like YouTube has shifted so much where you is no longer relevant, the creator. Do you agree or disagree with that?
Well, as the creator, you are you, right? So I think that, you know, of course, you know, YouTube, you know, I mean, they're a company that sells ads and that, you know, brokers deals and stuff like that. So, you know, of course, they're a business and they have to make decisions based on that business. But at the same time, they're still for creators. I mean, with YouTube, you know, they do so much work behind the scenes to help creators. I mean, they build YouTube spaces all over the world to help creators make content for free. You know what I mean? They do tons of stuff for people. They have tons of stuff for people.
Agreed. And I like to remind everyone in the audience, this opportunity didn't exist 10 years ago.
Right.
We're at an amazing convention, which I'm so glad you've been able to come to, by the way. I have a real serious question. I know our audience is going to want to lean into the monitors for this.
Uh-oh.
Who's the better cuddler, me or Owen Video?
Oh, that's tough, man. Both you guys cuddle so good. Personally, I prefer to kind of be the middle spoon.
True. All right, you heard it here
I
first.
could be the cheese in the sandwich.
Going a little bit more on a serious topic.
Yeah, just kidding.
Of course.
Yeah.
Having a little bit of fun, kind of going back to what we're saying, that natural repertoire that happens when you know someone.
Yeah.
So, what would you say if you can only take away one major thing from this conference that you've learned just by experiencing it?
I think that it's important for creators to understand that it's important to invest in yourself and invest in yourself by coming to conferences like this, going to Video Marketing World, going to Vid Summit, going to your local area, like anywhere where content creators meet up, like in your local area. It's important to invest in yourself by investing in the community, going to conferences and things like that, because the people that you meet, the relationships that you build, the knowledge, right? The information that you hear just, you know, with 3 or 4 people standing around talking, like the information that comes from that sometimes will blow your mind. I had a conversation this morning with Benji Travis that literally is going to like alter the way that I'm approaching some things. So I mean, it's, you know, just that one conversation for me was like worth flying from the other side of the planet. Right, in addition to all the other awesome stuff that's going on here.
And we just here TubeBuddy wanted to thank you, and thank you for letting us take you out here. Thank you for being here. We always love having both you and Dee on the channel. We appreciate all you do. We appreciate all the stuff you give back, whether it's tuber tools, whether it's your time in the live streams. Thank you. So, any final things you want to let our audience know?
First, I want to say thank you. And thank the awesome folks at TubeBuddy for for bringing us here, because it's been an awesome experience for us for sure. In addition to that, I want to say that, you know, if you're just starting out on YouTube right now, the efforts that you're putting in right now can really pay off big. Not in terms of monetization, it can pay off big there too, but just in terms of the cool people that you get to meet, the cool people that you get to hang around, the experiences that you get to have. It's really important that you educate yourself, that you use the proper tools, like TubeBuddy as an example, but that you use the proper tools to make sure that you're building your channel in the right way, to make sure that you're giving yourself all of the advantages possible, because if you don't give yourself all the advantages possible, it's going to be a longer experience for you. It's going to take a lot more time, and it's really important that you do invest in the tools, that you invest in the conferences, that you invest in getting better gear when you can, that you invest in educating yourself in any way that you can about the content that you're creating. It doesn't have to be about educating yourself about YouTube. It can be educating yourself about, you know, how to present on camera. It can be educating yourself about how a camera works. It can be, you know, all of that, but just constantly be learning, because, you know, the more information that you have that you're armed with, the better off you're going to end up being in the long run.
Absolutely. Nick, thank you so much. And of course, everyone, if you haven't already, subscribe to Nick Nimmin. Nick, where can people find you?
You can find me at youtube.com/Nick Nimmin. They'll have links to me down in the description below and probably right up here at the top of the screen somewhere.
All right. All right, everyone. I'm Andrew Can. If you want to see more collaborations like this with people like Roberto Blake, Owen Video, Dee, Shelly Saves the Day, you can click the playlist on screen now. Remember, you can check out all of the stuff in the comments down below. Let us know what your thoughts are on Nick's thoughts. Also, are you a member of the Nimminati? You should be. Consider subscribing to Nick Nimmin. Thank you all so much for watching. Nick, thank you for your time.
Thank you.